Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the first monster that's going to be released in the new multiverse era. And that is called Shieldbolt. Today I'll be doing an analysis on this monster, so I hope you're all excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go and get started. The Monster just went ahead and tweeted and said, let's start meeting the new generation of mythics from this upcoming era. Our first multiverse mythic goes by the name of Shieldbolt, and he's electrifying. And as you guys can see, this is the first monster that they'll be releasing, which is called Shieldbolt. I really like the design. I think the design is very cool. It's got like a Power Ranger look into it, you know what I mean? And in case you guys didn't know, this will be a part of the Golden Legends Pass. So if you guys would like this monster in your collection, you will have to purchase the Golden Legends Pass. Now, lucky for you, you can actually enter my Legends Pass giveaway, which I'll most likely do. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have notifications on. Let me know in the comments below if you guys actually want me to do giveaways for the upcoming Golden Legends Pass in the new era. So take a look at this, guys. We have Shieldbolt, and I wanted to move my face cam as always because it just, I don't want to block all the skills and stuff for you guys. So anyways, this will be part of the multiverse era. It is going to be in the superheroes book. Looks like we have some other books, but the only one I can basically know by just the look of it is the superheroes, because that's pretty common. We have, for the skills, we have reflective power, which is a heavy turn damage to one enemy, applies electrified to one enemy, and removes evasion from one enemy. Now I kind of wish that the remove evasion was that actually went in first and then he dealt the damage. That way you kind of like PER the evasion instead of just dealing the damage and then the evasion goes PER, you know what I mean? So that would have been a lot better, but it's fine. Anyways, we have voltage surge, which is a 50% incoming damage from itself, like you're blocking out 50% incoming damage, and then you're also applying damage boost to everybody. So this one's actually not bad. As a tank, you do need a 50% damage reduction, you know what I mean, like damage reduction, so that's cool. And then we have rumble volt, which is a moderate ton of damage to all enemies, applies shock to all enemies, applies electrified. So not only are you dealing a moderate bundle damage to everybody, or sorry, thunder, you're also applying two torches, shock and electrified, so you can actually block, what you might call it, extra turns from using an extra turn. And then last but not least, you have Justice Shield, which is a megaton to itself, and 25% damage boost to all allies. So this is actually a really solid skill to run, because in case you guys didn't know, look at the traits. This monster has taunt, I believe that's tough, it looks like tough, and then you have damage section status caster. So you can go ahead and basically make this monster a mega taunt if you decide to run that skill. For the most part, you'll have that taunt as a trait, so that's really nice. So I would say this is actually a pretty solid monster to pick up. Just looking based off of the traits and the skills so far, I would say this monster is actually worth picking up. Now take a look at the stats. We get about 1.24 million basically life. 1,244,944 is what I was trying to say. So that much life, I mean, that's pretty insane. Obviously the newer generation, they'll have more life, which makes this monster the tankiest monster in the game at the moment. Pretty cool. In terms of power, you get about 41,184. Wow. And then 20,832 speed. Now the speed's not the best, it's actually pretty slow, but we've seen that with a lot of tanks. So overall, based off of the traits, based off of the stats and the skills, I would say this monster is worth picking up. But let's go ahead and take a look at the relics. Now, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. We get a close-up look for the relics, books, and obviously other skills as well. So his elements, by the way, are thunder and special, so that's pretty cool. He has a thunder element and a water meta, so that's another like pro for him. Another thing is, obviously I really like the tough trait over hardened. I think that's pretty cool. And also for relics, you have armor and sword. I would have taken an armor and shield. I think that would have been like a really good duo together, but armor and sword is what they decided to give him, so that's okay. I mean, the relics aren't really the best, but it's good enough, I would say. But anyways, for the books, you have Electro Patrol, which is actually, I believe, a Team Wars book, like a Team War rule. So they will be good for that. You have Superheroes, basically, that's another thing for Team Wars. And then Wielder, I'm not sure about that one. But anyways, altogether, not bad. I mean, the elements, you're also getting that Thunder for Team Wars as well. And for the Thunder category, you guys know we have Sparkus as a megataunt, or like a tank, like a taunt monster, and that was from the Doomed era. There was also Santeris, and I can't really think of any other Thunder monsters, like tank ones, that are Thunder element, especially the ones that are actually meta at the moment. But anyways, so looks could have been better, but it's okay. I mean, it's pretty decent. Books are okay as well. Here are the stats at level 100, by the way, in case any of you guys were wondering. 443,956 life, 17,424 speed, and 12,000, oh sorry, that's the power, and then 12,056 speed. Let's take a look at the basic attacks and all the other tier attacks. attacks. Starting off, we got the Rightful Defense, which is a moderate thunder damage and applies shock to one enemy. That's a 0 cooldown, 22 stamina cost, so you can basically spam this as much as you want. Then you have Electron's Clash, which is a low thunder damage and applies electrified to all enemies. I don't think anybody's gonna run this, so you can also skip this. And then you have Overload, which is a double damage to one ally, and as you guys can see, it is spammable. So you're good against CDA. It does cost you 28 stamina, so you do need the stamina for it. You need to have that, but I mean, it's a spammable double damage to an ally. If you want to run it, I would say it's actually worth running. You also have Rumble Strike, which is a low thunder damage to an enemy and applies shock and electrified. So it's basically a single target version of this skill right here, the Rumble Volt. Then you have Reflective Power, which is heavy thunder damage to one enemy, applies electrified, and it removes evasion. Oh wait, evasion to one enemy. Did they make a typo here? I think they made a typo, yes. Yeah, they did. I'm like, what the heck? You're applying an evasion to one enemy because the other one said removes evasion, right? But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other skills. Obviously, these ones are already mentioned. Another thing I want to actually mention, like in terms of sustaining damage, all he has is the 50% damage reduction. He doesn't have any like sorry, not reduction, 50% damage protection is what he has, but he doesn't have any shield abilities, any other like evasion or any other positive stat effects too, like life regen and things like that, you know what I mean? So unfortunately he's lacking that, but he does have the 50% damage protection, which is actually not bad, and you're also getting damage boost to all allies. I kind of like that. I think that this monster will definitely be meta. I think players will definitely start using this monster in Team Wars and also PvP for sure. So if you guys would like to get your hands on it early, as soon as the era drops, which is going to be, I believe, this Friday, you can go ahead and pick this monster up through the Golden Legends Pass and start investing in it. Is it worth investing in? I would say so, yeah, because the monster is going to be worth it for a while. Anyways, so we have the ultimate, which is called Law of Thunder, which removes positive stat effects from all enemies, disables traits on all enemies, and applies Mega Stun, and you're also getting triple damage to all allies. I think that's a really good ultimate because you're denying the enemy. So first of all, you're PRing, trait disabling, you're opening the path fully, and then you're mega stunning them and giving triple damage to your allies. So not only are they basically stunned for 2 turns, your allies will also take advantage of the triple damage and most likely eliminate them before they actually get a turn in, unless there's like Karator's Horns or something that will kick in and help them out. But anyways, overall I would say it's a pretty good monster, but it's not like a must-have. I mean, it's good to have, I would say. So if you want to really pick it up, I would say is it worth the 20 bucks is the question. I would say so, yeah, it's actually worth the 20 bucks. Is it worth your I don't know what they call it, but the multiverse you know, resource, I don't know what it's called now, I kind of forgot, but I would say so, yeah, it's actually worth it. Will this monster actually replace Skype Cold or King Adam? Maybe King Adam, but not Skype Cold, or the other one, Flame Guard. Anyways guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's Monster Gens monster analysis. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure you drop a like. Also, before I actually end the video off, like I said, I'm gonna be giving away Legends passes, so make sure you guys are subscribed and have notifications on. And not just that, but also I do want to mention for the relics, any armor would work, especially the newer one. I think the newer one's really cool. You can actually run that alongside like a sword, like Laser Beam Sword, or actually Supreme Sword is pretty cool, or one of the newer ones, especially the one that applies Frosted. I think that's pretty cool, so you can run that. That's probably the best one to run. And in terms of like runes, if you do obtain this monster, I would do 1 life and 2 team speed. You want to give at least 1 life for this monster. Reason for that is because he has taunt, especially if you're going to be pairing him up with 2 dodge area monsters. He's going to be taking all that single target attacks, you know what I mean? So you need to give this monster at least 1 life, only 1 life. But if you want to give more than 1, you can do that, but I would say at least 1 minimum, and then 2 team speed on the side. But anyways guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this monster, and that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.